Neal, the offensive lineman out of Alabama. Why offensive line over edge here?
Because I think when you look at this draft, Evan Neal 5 years from now will be one of the best left tackles in the National Football League. I think you plug and play. And I know they signed Cam Robinson to the franchise tag. He's got a one-year deal. The right tackle is a disaster. Jawan Taylor's been bad the last 2 years. They still have Walker Little. If you go to camp and you draft him, it's a pleasant problem to have.
Right.
You have 4 big people, and 5 if you count Scherf, because they signed him as well. 5 big people decide who's going to play, and in front of a quarterback you're trying to develop. So I went with that. Plus, here's the thing with Hutchinson. Hutchinson, to me, is one of those guys, I think he's outstanding at what he does, but has he hit his ceiling because he's so good with his hands, and gives him a big advantage in college football. The NFL is not going to be quite an advantage, and I wouldn't take Walker. And particularly in their defense, you talk about scheme, Brady, they're going to play like Tampa Bay. Where does Walker play in that defense? He plays a 5 technique.
Well, there's that. I mean, again, I think he's your more traditional, 4-3 defensive end.
Correct, but they don't.
They've got Josh Allen. They've got Caleb on Chase on. That's not really their scheme.
Arden Key.
Well, and Arden Key. So you sort of look at what they have up front and you go, do they really need that edge position? I just think this is more of an investment into, what you drafted last year in Trevor Lawrence. They need the help with the offensive line protection. We tend to only talk about Trevor Lawrence. What about the rushing attack? Whether it's Josh Robinson or Travis Etienne, who we didn't get to see at all last year, helps those guys out as well. I think you're starting to see more offensive lines in the NFL, and especially because you only usually dress about 7 on game day. You're just trying to get the best 5 out there. Like, we could sit here and look at Evan Neal and say, well, he's going to be a tackle, and he will be. But you might then look at Walker Little and say, all right, can we move him down inside? Like, does that give us the best chance to protect Trevor Lawrence and give us a rushing attack to make us productive? So I could see them going this direction. The only question I'd ask you is Ike Ekwonu. Did you think about that here?
He's a possibility. I think it's real close between the two of them. I went with Neal because I think he's a better pass protector. Yeah. I think Ekwonu's a tougher, more physical player. You could probably use him better the first year as a guard, although Neal has played there too. I just think in this scenario, I would go with Neal. Play him at left tackle or play him at guard because for a year and then he takes over.
This is Pete Prisco's Who They Should Draft mock. Moving on.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.